Graham is playing the most consistent, probably the best football of his career to this point. If you could share some areas that you think he's improved the most, or what you think he's been doing especially well so far?
Yeah, I think first and foremost he's working, working really hard on his craft to get better. And I think we talked about it in the spring. It was the fundamentals, really getting back to the fundamentals of playing the position, drops, movement in the pocket, accuracy, decision making. So I think he's really worked hard in each one of those areas. He's doing a lot of film work where he's grown, and he is off to a good start. We just got to keep it going.
Much of that is a product of you had mentioned in the spring wanting to get him under center more. His numbers indicate this year that has been the case compared to last year, maybe here last year. Do you sense that has played a factor in the rhythm and the timing and the success?
I think so. I think it helps, fill the depths of the routes and the drops, help his timing, and again, give him credit. He's putting in the work. He got a lot of work to continue to do.
Bobby, do you think all that fundamental work, if you want to look at one area where it's made a big difference, has been third down? Because if you look at it, at the team's third down numbers last year, they weren't that great, and quarterbacks are graded by if they can help the chains. How's he done on third down in your mind this year?
I look at the team when I look at third down. I mean, we study Graham, but I think the credit goes to everybody because you can get a third down. We've gotten some running of football as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, right? But in terms of when you've asked him to pass the ball, I mean, there have been a lot of times like Washington State, it was about 3rd and 10 almost every time, and he was probably as efficient as he's ever been on a third down.
Yeah, again, I think he's done a good job, but you look at, I remember the 1 3rd and 17, the O-line has to protect, the backs have to chip, Keontae has to run a good route. The team is doing well, we just have to keep it going.
8 different targets on Saturday, was that kind of a thing that you wanted to emphasize on going into Big Ten play, or did it just happen?
No, I think you allow the guys to play the game. We can't dictate what the defense is going to give you. I think we have some young, talented guys that are playmakers, and Graham's doing a good job of spreading it around. I think the nature of the game and being able to get some guys in that normally might not have gotten in, that probably contributes to, I think he said 8 different guys. That's part of it.
What did you see from the right side? A little changes on the right side of the line last week. What did you see about the way they performed there?
I think, both of those guys got the capability of being big physical guys. Just continue to challenge them in the pass protection. And it's always great to have healthy competition,
We just talked to Jim about how much stress Ohio State's offense puts on a defense. When you look at Ohio State's defense, in particular their front, 51 didn't play last week, that tackle.
Right.
What's he do to disrupt teams? Is it his quickness, explosiveness off the ball?
Yeah, he's quick and explosive, both of those things. But I think he uses his hands really well. When you watch him, linemen, if they're not good with their punch and if they're not balanced, he can get around them pretty quickly.
Okay.
So I think he's good. Obviously, JT, he's good. Even Tehran, the interior, they're good, man. They have a good team, and I think they're going to challenge us in terms of they want to play a lot of single high coverages. They want to play man. They want to get in your face. So it'll be a great opportunity. It'll be a great test and a great challenge for us, as our skill positions as well across the board. So guys should be excited about that challenge and that opportunity.
In a game like this, how valuable are sustained drives that heat up the block, given their explosiveness, or do you view it more as, if you guys can have some explosive plays?
We'd like to have both of those.
But does it create more of a less of a margin for error if you've got 10-plus play drives that you kind of have to be perfect to move the ball down the field? Or how do you assess kind of the best way to have success against Ohio State?
I think having success is scoring touchdowns. If it's a long drive, if it's a short drive, I think offensively we need to do the things that we need to do to move the ball. So if a big play presents itself, we have to make it. If we have to grind it out, the guys have to be disciplined and consistent enough to have those sustained drives. But I think, both of those have to happen for us to have success.
Dean got his first career receptions. I'm curious, while you're in the box, do you get to have sort of type of dad moment, or are you just not even cognizant of that while you're calling plays?
No, I'm calling plays. It's on to the next one. Happy for him. He's worked hard. Like I mentioned, we have a talented guy, a group, and he's working and he's scrapping and he's fighting, to get better and to earn some playing time. So proud of him for that. Proud of all of our guys for their work ethic. I think it's a healthy level of competition and tension in that room that you want that keeps everybody improving and getting better.
He appeared to be pretty emotional when he was making these catches, and afterwards, yelling back at the sideline. What
That was tough.
I don't call. I was trying to get to the next call.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's intense though.
Ohio State's been consistently at the top of this conference the last 5-10 years. Just how do you close that gap as a program between where they're at and where you guys want to get to?
I mean, you got to beat them, right? That's the only way. And I think for us to do that, we got to play good, winning football. Focus on the things that we can control, and go in there against a really good football team in a really tough environment and embrace it. And go in there and play hard and be ready to play for 4 quarters.
Miles Burkett made some nice throws.
I'm sorry.
Miles Burkett made some nice throws on Saturday. What did you see from his development in terms of when he first stepped onto the field and then last week?
There's so much, but I think that I was proud of the way he stood in the pocket. He took the hit on the one. I think the plays that we're calling for him, I think he has a good feel for how to be successful, how to get through his progressions. But he's working. But again, a lot of room to improve. We got to keep challenging him to grow and get better.
Bobby, with the running back room, with Braylon, Ches, and Isaac all having various degrees of success the first 3 games, just how do you see them work together? How have you seen their bond and just even praise or feedback coming off the sideline?
Yeah, I think that they all have a sense of pride in terms of each one of those players want to be the best that they can be, and I think there's a sense of pride of wanting to have a great running backs room. So that's a really good thing for us and our program and this team. But I also think that they are all driven to be the best that they can be, and there's competition, but I think they support each other, and I think they're genuinely happy for each other. And they all know they're all talented, right? And we need them all to continue to win games.
You're here in your first year as a play caller. How have you gone back and tried to review how you call plays or kind of your operation up in the booth as you continue going through the season?
Just self-assessment, talking to other coaches, looking at, things like formation balance, run-pass balance, especially on, first downs, and just really going back with a critical eye and seeing what needs to be tweaked and what we can improve on, to help this offense.
Is there anyone coach or a couple of coaches in particular you've leaned on for that? Or
no, I talked to all of them. I think all of our offensive coaches are really smart. They've been around. A lot of them have called plays, so I just take any advice, criticism, feedback that I can get that's going to help me be better.
Going off that, some teams talk about, or coaches, players talk about how the first few weeks are kind of figuring out process, figuring out what you all guys are as a team. Do you guys feel like you figured out your identity at this point?
No, I think it's going to be an ongoing process. I think we have an idea of who we want to be, but we need to continue to solidify that and fortify that.
Has anyone jumped out to you on the Ohio State front seven? Obviously, they might not have a Chase Young or most of the time this year, but has anyone caught your attention?
Yeah, I think their front 4 is good. I mean, TJ, was it TJ or JT? JT, sorry. JT, 44, he's good. Zach is good, number 9. They rotate guys in there. I think 51 Hall, he's talented, uses his hands well. Tyron's a big physical guy in there as a tackle. So, I mean, they're a good team, man. They got a good front 4. And linebackers, safeties, they have a package that they feel really good about, and they play hard.